good to take it off, I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys, let's get going.
Can you move this to the left a little tiny bit?
We don't have any questions, you just want to.
Yeah.
How has the competition level been here in the first couple of days of camp, and how good is it to get out here and just run?
It's been really good. It's been physical. It's what training camp's supposed to be like. You know, us beating each other up a little bit. I had 4 or 5 practices up to this point, just getting after it. It was nice to finally be able to just scrimmage and play here. So it's been good. I got the feeling a little bit. Tomorrow will be a good film and shooting day, but it's been a good 3 days.
Ice spikes?
For sure.
Domas referenced both the offense and defense that has dramatically grown and gotten better. What have you seen from this team over the last few years?
Yeah, just year 2. I think everyone's trying to play the right way. I think that's really good to see. You know, the ball's moving. You know, the guys that we have new that are coming in are trying to fit in and they're trying to play the right way. So it's good to see defensively. I think everyone's playing a lot of effort. Again, it's training camp. That's usually what happens here. We just got to sustain it, continue to show it when we play Toronto. But everyone's trying to do the right thing.
How do you practice and endure physicality in the first week of camp?
You just got to know what's coming. You know, it's a big emphasis from coaching staff every year. You come into camp and everyone's fighting for jobs, fighting for playing time, and beat each other up. It's physical, but you love it. You know, that's just the game, and it's definitely been intense for 3 days.
Can you give us a story of maybe just plays getting physical and?
Nothing like that. You know, nothing like guys going at each other. Right. Just within the game. You know, a lot of breakdown drills. We're doing 4-on-4 and transition drills, and you know, not everything is as fluid as just scrimmaging. So a lot of half-court stopping, trying to get our plays right, and those types of things. They get physical.
What are your impressions of Sasha, and what does it look like is coming maybe easy to him, and what is he still adjusting to?
Yeah, just the way we play. I think it's the way we play really fits his game, and you know, we knew that coming in. And you know, he's shooting the ball well. He's playing the right way. Guys are finding him. You know, getting used to playing with him. He's a good.
It was fun watching Davion up and chirping and talking a lot there during the scrimmage at the end. How have you seen him grow just as a point guard and a leader?
Yeah, yes, he's talking a lot more, to be honest. He's in a good way, though. You know, his confidence has grown. I think he's had a great summer. Played with him a couple times this summer, pick up in different cities. And, you know, he's bringing that here. I think it's a big year for him. I think he's really excited. He's worked extremely hard to be here. And you know, him talking is usually what he does. But I think in general, the other coaches are pushing him to talk more, and he is.
What are your early impressions of how Duarte can impact this team?
Both sides of the ball. You know, he's a physical defender. He's a guy that can get up into the ball and pressure you right when you get over half court. And offensively is a really mature game. Scored all 3 levels. I think he's still getting used to how we're playing, but he's going to be really good for us on both sides.
Say, Kevin, getting back to the physical part, are you seeing your teammates taking hard screens and going vertical, getting hit in the chest, taking charges right now?
Yeah, everything. Like I said, there's no one's playing dirty, no one's gotten into it. There hasn't been any of that. Just guys trying to be physical, play the right way, set the tone for hopefully we can play the rest of the year.
I know the team has goals for preseason games, but for you personally, what are you looking for out of the 4 preseason games that you play before the season starts?
Just continue to establish what we do, continue to be comfortable with each other, within our offense, continue to get in shape, establish what we want to do defensively, and just be at a point where we can hit the ground running for game 1.
Ever been to Vancouver?
Have not, first time.
I mean, I know you don't get a whole lot of time to spend there, but how much do you like? I know it used to be an NBA market, but obviously not anymore. How much do you like going to those places like that?
Yeah, I'm interested. I love traveling. To be honest, I really don't know much of anything about Vancouver, so I'm excited. It's a new place, new adventure. I'm not going to be there very long, unfortunately, but maybe get some dinner, see the city a little bit.
Based on what you're seeing, Kevin, what is a realistic expectation of the defensive improvement this team could make this year?
It's tough to tell. Tough to tell yet. You got to do it in a game. But I know that the effort's there so far in camp. Again, we just keep going back to guys trying to play more physical, being in the right spots, taking charges, being there for teammates, and just got to sustain it.
What in the world is happening to your New York Giants?
That's a sense of them and the Yankees. So you can see I've been very quiet on Twitter, trying to keep my mouth shut, but it's been tough to watch so far.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Good seeing you.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just from what we see, there was a lot of
compared to last year, I think we're way ahead. You know, like I said, everyone's in shape, so we didn't get sloppy. We just kept playing, being physical, competing, and it was fun.
Tomas, everybody's in shape, but you guys are also starting a lot further along than you were last year in the offense and defense. How much does that help you? That you guys already know what you need to do?
It helps a lot, you know, practice is shorter. Legs are more fresh, but then on the court, you know, we already have that chemistry, you know. We're just trying to, you know, maybe a little bit of rust from the summer, but today was a really good day.
Davion seemed to be up and talking a lot. How much have you seen him just grow as a vocal leader?
He's been talking since the day I got here. Since the day I got here, you know, he talks a lot, but he's definitely improved. He's leading the second unit, not shooting, putting people in position, you know, shooting when he has to, making the right read. So I've definitely seen big growth.
I know coaches been talking a lot about the physicality that you need to work with this year. Are you seeing that early on? Are you guys?
Yeah, for sure. Today we definitely felt it. You know, a couple guys are banged up, but it's good. You know, we just got to bring this energy for the first preseason game.
Thomas, did you go into this past summer thinking that you were going to get your extension figured out this summer as opposed to later on?
No, I mean, things happen in summer. You know, opportunity came available. You know, and I'm happy the franchise believes in me, and you know, I can be here for a long time now.
Were they kind of aggressive on their end, trying to get it situated?
Oh yeah, you know, of course, you know, I wanted to stay here, so when the opportunity came, you know, I was more than happy to sign.
When were you convinced that this was the place?
Man, this happened. I always said day one when I got traded and I walked out and I got a standing ovation from the fans. You know, I care about that, all that stuff, you know, and the fans have been big to me, my family, everyone here.
You talked about this being your NBA home. Does it feel like that now with this extension?
Yeah, of course, you know, there's a lot of trust in me in this franchise, you know, for Fox and I to lead, and we're excited.
And it's only
partnership your desire to stay here long term.
Oh, big, you know, having a dynamic guard like that, superstar that can do everything, you know, do everything, offense and defense. I mean, it means everything. You guys saw it last year. You know, and for me as a big to play with someone like that makes life so much easier.
I know it's only.
Oh, great. You know, he's shooting the ball like crazy. You know, only thing we're telling him to shoot more because he won't miss. So he'll get that confidence. You know, he's just trying to learn the whole system and everything's new for him.
I know it's only been.
No.
It's okay. I know it's only been 3 days of training camp, but just the biggest improvements you've seen from day 1 to day 3.
Just, I would say on defense, you know, physicality is there. We're pressuring guys. It's just different. It's a whole different vibe. I can't explain it. You know, we're really excited for that first preseason.
Coach spoke on physicality, basically saying that, you know, if you guys are ready now, that come playoff time, you guys will be ready then. What are things that he's kind of throwing your way that you think is challenging you guys to be more physical?
Basically, you know, being up on the ball, pressuring from the jump ball. You know, it starts with Fox with the point guard. You know, today he brought it from the jump, you know, and that kind of carried on for everyone. So it was a great pickup today, and I'm excited. If we can keep that consistent throughout preseason and training camp, we'll be ready for playoffs.
Do you see him being more vocal?
Yeah, of course. You know, I feel like everyone, you know, it's been already a year, everyone together. Everyone's out there talking more. There's better vibes, you know. Everyone can pick on each other, call each other out, you know, and that's only going to make us better.
Don't stay away.
Okay, you said that this year you guys are significantly farther ahead than you were last year at the same time. Is there anything in particular that you see the drastic improvement?
Yes, sir.
I think offensive defense, that chemistry's there. We know what we need to better. We know what we're good at. So we see something, we run it. Defense, we know what we're lacking in. Everyone's trying to keep everyone to do that extra step. You know, when everyone does that extra step,
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you guys.
Appreciate
Appreciate it.
seeing you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, I almost got the pick stuck.
Yesterday was you.
Can you back
What
this
did it
thing?
do?
Thank you.
We're used to you being
Thank you.
Jason.
Perfect.
It's like standard operating procedure. You guys scrimmage, getting up and down. Just how good does your team look? How much do they need that to kind of burn some energy?
It was needed, you know, because we've been doing a lot of drills, a lot of breakdowns, and these guys have been great. Just doing whatever we asked them to. It was on the practice plan. So for them to be able to get out, kind of blow it out a little bit tonight, was welcomed by them and our coaches too. So a lot of fun for those guys.
Mike, you've talked before about wanting to get to a point where you can kind of sit back and let the guys lead and hold themselves accountable. Are you seeing more of that from last year to even now?
For sure, yeah, we are. We're seeing certain guys step up and say things, and it's all across the board. You got a young guy like Davion saying something. You got Foxy saying something. JaVale is a new guy saying something. So we have a lot of guys trying to hold each other accountable, so we can play the right way.
Scale of 1 to 10, just how sloppy are some of these scrimmages?
For this early, it wasn't bad, because if you think about it, we really practiced Tuesday and Wednesday, and so for us to, because today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for us to come in here and after 2 days of practice and try to, we've thrown a lot at them, and we're still going to be sorting through it throughout the preseason, but for them to try to come in here and execute what we've thrown at them in a short amount of time was pretty good. It'd be good to go back and watch the film, though.
When you say you throw a lot at them, you expect them to absorb a lot too, right?
Yeah, I do, but we only been together 2-3 days, so we expect that, but not. We know that they're not going to get it all down right now.
Mike, day 3 is ice bag day. How's everyone holding up after a couple of days of getting beat up?
Pretty good. Nobody set out today. Obviously we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We're not going to have contact tomorrow. Tomorrow's we're going to watch film from tonight, get a lot of shots up, and then we'll come back and have some contact on Saturday and fly to Vancouver.
How do you approach Sunday's game?
Kind of same way as last year. Guys will play a few minutes, but we're going to try to play as many guys as we can and take a look at them, and then as the preseason goes along, we'll up the ante a little bit in terms of minutes.
When you look at Sasha, what seems to be coming naturally, and what does he maybe need to work on a little more?
It's going to be, a lot of it's going to be the same thing as how well he can sit down and defend. I mean, he's gifted offensively with his ability to pass the ball. He's really smart, knows how to change pace, and cuts really well. Obviously, he can shoot it. Offensive rebound. There's a lot of things he can do offensively, and then there's some things he does defensively too. He's a physical guy. He's not afraid to take a hit or give a hit. It's just whether or not he can sit down and run a ball when it comes to teams wanting to try to go at him, because it's no secret they're going to try to go at him.
Is he getting some buckets and getting some shots off in these scrimmages?
Yeah, but all our guys are. I mean, we got a lot of really good shooters out here, and so all of our guys are shooting the ball at a high level, especially when they're open, and the way they're trying to move the ball and space the floor, they're trying to get their teammates a pretty good look.
Mike, you said that Davion's been more vocal. Is there anyone in particular who's really surprised you during the last few days at camp here that stepped up their development, what have you, and you just are thrilled with them?
I mean, there aren't many guys who I can say, oh man, I'm disappointed in this guy, I'm disappointed in that guy. When you look at our group, you can tell that they all work hard on their craft throughout the course of the summer, and they're ready to try to take another step, not just individually but collectively, because they've done a lot of that together this summer. So it's not any one person that's kind of stood out yet, but there's plenty of guys that look pretty good.
Doma said that this year you guys are drastically better than a year ago coming in at this time. What have you seen if you had to compare the two, and what?
Look, it's just that corporate knowledge. You got that corporate knowledge from last year, and we got a lot of guys that have returned from last year, and so they've been through it. They know kind of what to expect from us to a certain degree on both ends of the floor, and then they are able to help the new guys because they have that corporate knowledge.
I know Davion. Go ahead, man.
I was going to say, with Davion specifically, how have you seen him grow kind of as the leader of that second unit even over the last year?
He's extremely vocal. He knows exactly what should be happening, not just with his position, but with everybody's position, and he's going to be demanding. If we don't get back in transition, he's going to say something. If we don't swing the ball to the open guy, he's going to say something. And you like that from a young guy, because it's hard to lead, especially when you're young and you're telling guys that have more years than you, hey, no, we got to do this better. And that means you got to be perfect when it comes to working hard and trying to play the right way, and he's definitely trying to do that.
He worked on his shot a lot over the summer and the arc. on his shot. What are you seeing from him in terms of his shooting?
Just again, it's only been a few days here, but he shot the ball well. You can tell he's worked on his shot, and he looks good shooting the ball. He looks comfortable shooting the ball and confident, and that's all you can ask for, especially when he's open.
Did he have too much arc? What do you think last year?
I mean, you would have to ask the shooting coach how. Hey, I just want to make it. I don't care how high the ball goes or how low it goes, just go in.
During these scrimmages, you've got obviously your coaching staff, and they take a pretty active role, and you kind of sit in that chair over there. I wonder, how much do you try to sit back and not be too vocal during those moments?
Yeah, that was just a time for the players to not hear my voice and to go out there and play and play free, and I wanted to see what they can do, and I trust all my coaches, and I think our players know that, because I sit and observe quite a bit, especially in the summertime. So I again, we just want to see what it looked like if they played 4 12-minute quarters. That's what they played tonight, and this early in camp was okay. Yeah. Not great, but okay, leaning towards good.
Do you ever sense eyes trying to make eye contact with you at different moments of the game, whether it's a player making a mistake or doing something well? Do they try to catch your eye at all?
Not really. Guys will act like I'm sitting over there, and so guys that may be lined up in that position during a dead ball, they may say, "Hey, was I supposed to do this or do that, or should I have done that?" And so there's just general conversation like that every once in a while, and there may be a time or two where I may get up and go talk to a player or two during the course of the game, or go talk to the team, but not much.
We saw a little bit of the chirping at the end there. How much do you like to see that level of competitiveness?
I told him when we were in our huddle, I said, hey, the one thing that you like is the competitive spirit. We talk about winning every day, and you got to win every day with your competitive spirit or work ethic. Both those go hand in hand. Focusing on the details, trying not to let any detail be too small for us. And then, buying into that individual commitment and sacrifice, and trying to do the right thing for the group's one common goal.
Would you say you see threes out here in the scrimmage? How much were the other guys involved in the first 3 quarters before we came in?
They were involved. They played a lot of minutes. They played most of the scrimmage, and then the guys at the end, they, the most part, just played that 4th quarter. A couple of them had played earlier, throughout the course of the scrimmage, but not much.
You spoke of a competitive spirit. Are you seeing them hard screens, those vertical, when they go vertical, getting hit in the chest and taking charges and things? Are you seeing that right now?
Yeah, guys are stepping in and trying to take the hit. We had a couple of charges tonight. Yeah, more so probably at this point of training camp than we did during last year's training camp. So guys seem to be taking that to heart, trying to protect the paint the right way by taking the hit.
Last one. We've seen what JaVale can bring as a vocal leader, but how big has he been for working against Domas and Alex and the other bigs, just facing him every day?
I think it's good. That's a great question for Domas, especially because he's extremely long, and he's a big man, like I said, and so for Domas to have to go against him for a little bit, and then sometimes go against a guy like Trey as a backup 5, and it's great. It just prepares you for a lot of different things that you're going to see throughout the course of the year.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
You guys, thank you very much.
Got it? I'm good.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, of course. All right.